This is my speech, stop abortion at all costs.
This is the audience.
Cool.
Hi, my name is Hayden Johnson, and I'd like to tell you a story about a girl I once knew. And for the sake of keeping her story confidential, we'll just call her Sally. When Sally was 15 years old, she became pregnant, and she didn't know what she was going to do. So she decided to have an abortion. She didn't make this decision until late in her term, so she had to have a late-term abortion. Her parents lived in California, so they got on a plane and found an abortion clinic in Boulder, Colorado. My family met her at the airport and did everything they could do to convince her not to have the abortion. They even found a family that would pay for the pregnancy and adopt the baby at the end of it all. But Sally, she decided not to do that. She aborted the baby when she was 27 weeks pregnant. Had she not aborted the baby and gave birth to the baby prematurely, it probably would have survived. Is this story pulling your heartstrings? No, it does mine. And it put my family through one of the harder things they've had to go through in their life. Some people think that abortion is a way to cover up a mistake. Others think that it's murder. I'm here today to tell you it's murder. Abortion is the worst decision you could make. And it ends the life of a baby, and it also greatly, severely hurts the life of the mother after she does the abortion. And all of us together with a little bit of courage could stop the murder. It's true that 1 in 3 women in America by the age of 45 years old will have an abortion. Since 1973 to 2011, 50 million babies were aborted in the United States. This statistic comes to you from the Profile Action League on August in 2011. If you think about that statistic, it's pretty shocking. There's 300 million people in the United States. That means we've aborted potentially 1/6 of the U.S. population. In my attempt to share my beliefs with you and hopefully convince you to believe with me, I'll share with you some different types of abortions, the mental ramifications that it has on the mothers, and what we can do as voters and people to stop the onslaught. There are several different types of abortions. All are gruesome, and I'm just going to share 2 with you today. The first one is called suction and aspiration. This is the most common type of abortion in the United States, and it's performed from 0 to 16 weeks. According to the article, Surgical Abortion Procedures, written by the American Pregnancy Association. First, the doctor dilates the cervix and inserts the cannula, a long tube-shaped device that is attached to a suction machine. After being inserted into the uterus, it sucks the fetus out and ends the baby's life. Again, this is the most common type of abortion in the United States today, and it's because it has a stigma with it that says it's painless for the baby and the mother. This is not true. By the time this abortion is done, usually the babies are about 3 to 4 weeks old. By this time they have ears, eyes, feet, hands, and they can even cry. They may be very, very small, but they're alive. The next type is much more brutal, a little stomach turning, and in my opinion, medieval. And it's called dilation and extraction. I would like to use a quote to explain what this type of abortion is. 2 days before the procedure, lamarinia is inserted vaginally to dilate the cervix. Your water should break on the 3rd day, and you should return to the clinic. The fetus is rotated. Forceps are used to grasp and pull the legs and the shoulders and the arms through the birth canal. A small incision is made at the base of the skull to allow a suction catheter inside, and the catheter removes the cerebral material until the skull collapses. Then the fetus is completely removed. This is according to the American Pregnancy Association as well in the article Surgical Abortion Procedures. This abortion can be performed well into the 3rd trimester, which means that most of the babies that experience this procedure would probably survive a premature birth. This is not right, but these abortions performed several times a year in the United States. This is the abortion that Sally had, and her family cut ties with us after that, and we haven't heard from them since. Which brings me to the next topic, emotional side effects on the mothers. Abortion can cause several severe mental illness problems in the mothers at post-abortion. Post-abortion patients suffer higher mental illness than those who have the natural birth of their babies, such as an adoption. In the first 8 weeks after the abortion, most of these mental illness problems start to well up. And this is brought to you by the abortion article, Abortion Risks, written in February 23rd, 2011, and the afterabortion.org. 44% of these women experience nervous disorders, 36% sleep disorders, 31% regret their decision, and 11% are prescribed medication to take care of these issues. Nearly half of the women who have abortions experience these symptoms in the first 8 weeks after their abortion. In control groups performed by AfterAbortion.org in Finland, it showed that 25% of abortion mothers seek a psychiatrist on a regular basis, compared to only 3% who choose adoption. The common factor in abortions is that it causes severe mental illness frequently compared to those who have given birth to the baby. Another side effect that is pretty unfortunate is suicide. A study done in Finland, according to abortion.org, reports that 60% of women that have abortions have suicidal thoughts or have attempted suicide after they've had an abortion. Of those 60%, 28% of those women have attempted suicide, and half of that 28% has attempted suicide more than one time. A study done by the University of Minnesota in 1986 showed that teens who have had abortions have a much higher rate of suicide than those who do not have abortions. Dr. David C. Reardon, in his article on abortion and suicide, was written for Abortion Facts in 2014. It's very apparent that abortion has severe mental ramifications on post-abortion patients. Abortion has adverse effects, and it causes some women to take the ultimate step of committing suicide. These rates become even higher in abortions like Sally's. What can you do? We as humans and voters can stop the onslaught and the genocide of millions of babies across America. We can stop it by giving our time to clinics such as the Pregnancy Resource Center. They offer free ultrasounds, counseling, and information on making the right decision about keeping your baby. Also, they give free STD testing that promotes wellness and saving lives. My dad poured sidewalks for one time. He may not donate or be at the clinic all the time, but you can get involved in that way. People every year put their spare change in baby bottles and give that to the abortion clinic. How hard is it to put some spare change in a baby bottle? Or not the abortion clinic, sorry, the Pregnancy Resource Center. Another way that we can get involved is using our voting power to stop abortion. A bill was just passed on a ballot in 2014 that would have outlawed abortion in Colorado. It's called the Persuasive Amendment, and it's been on the ballot 3 times in Colorado. It failed in 2008, 2010, and 2014. According to the ballot media in their article, Colorado's definition of personhood initiative amendment on November 5th, 2014. Despite its failure, this bill didn't make it to the ballot without signatures on a petition. This means that there is a growing movement to get abortion outlawed, at least in Colorado, and we can move this across the United States. And we can end the onslaught of abortion through our power of voting. Abortion is murder, and I hope in this speech that you've learned a little bit about it and come to realize that the horrors of abortion. First of all, the physical side effects on babies. It's horrible, and they end up losing their lives. The emotional side effect on the mothers. It tears them up, sometimes makes them commit suicide. We have the power to stop it. If we use our voting power, we can end it. We can also give our time to foundations like the Pregnancy Resource Center and maybe help save a baby just like Sally's. Thank you. How long was it?